Hello, everybody. Oh my gosh, I am so excited that you are joining us today. We have a super special treat. Our friend and sideline who is here in the Denver area has been absolutely rocking it. You guys probably know her, Sam Stiles. She is also a health coach. I love her energy. You guys will too. If you haven't had a chance to meet her in person, you're absolutely going to love her. But I have been watching her journey. I am privileged enough to be in her big team page. And my goodness, just about every other day or even every other minute, every other hour, she's adding somebody new to the team. And I am so excited. And I thought that you guys might be inspired. I have not heard what she's going to tell us, but I'm super excited because she has generously decided or agreed to share her top tips because whatever she's doing is working and I want it to rub off on us. So let me introduce you to newly turned senior gold, Sam Stiles. I'm going to have you, we have a couple of questions and I'm just going to have you give it all in your bubbly way. But if you could give us just a brief overview of your story, when you started Plexus, why you started Plexus, who shared it with you, and not necessarily the actual person's name because many of us don't know that person, but who that person was to you. Are they still in your lives, and how did you find out about it? Was it a post on Facebook? Did they reach out to you? Give us a little bit of that background because I find it so interesting.
Well, first of all, I just want to tell you how honored I am to be here. It's just such a sweet thing that you asked me to do this. She's so funny. She's trying to make me sound cooler than I actually am. But it has been a pretty good couple months here for me. And I would love to share with you how that happened. So I actually have two Plexus start dates. It's kind of an interesting thing. I started in February of 2015. I was, unbeknownst to me, going through some pretty major health problems, and I had gained a little bit of weight and I couldn't figure out why. I'm a health coach. I'm like Kim. I eat crazy healthy. And I exercise. I was exercising more than I ever had in my entire life, but the weight just slowly started creeping on. So I decided to give Plexus a try after watching my girlfriend Amber. She is a friend of mine for 15 years now. We actually tried out for Denver Nuggets and Denver Broncos cheerleaders together. So know her very well from that. And then we coached together for quite a few years in the dance world here in Colorado. And I'd seen her posting on Facebook about it. And being a health coach, I was approached by so many network marketing companies with things that I just couldn't get behind. And so after seeing Plexus, I was like, okay, I just want to see what this is about. So I jumped in. I went to an opportunity meeting with the beautiful Jen Hawkins. I was actually invited by her mother-in-law. Our families are good friends from Shawnee, Oklahoma, and her father-in-law sang in my parents' wedding. But I was lucky enough to get to see her speak, and that was the thing that kind of solidified it to me to start trying it. So I tried it for a couple weeks, and then finally had my doctor's appointment to find out what was wrong, and they found a large mass on my thyroid. And we didn't really think anything of it. They said you could just, hopefully it will shrink. They gave me steroids. And slowly I got sicker and sicker. Eventually had to have my thyroid out. And I decided I was going to start Plexus again in October of 2015. I literally started it from the hospital bed the day after my surgery. And I kind of never looked back. I've lost 45 of the 70 pounds that I gained, so I'm super excited about that. And it's really given me my life back. I love the products. I was in it for the products from the beginning. But being as sick as I was and having to recover, I knew I couldn't do a normal job like I normally did. My business had folded the previous year because who wants a health coach that can't even get a hold on her own health? And so I thought about going back to doing hair, which is what I did previously, and just decided, you know what? No, there's business opportunity here, and people like Kim and our good friend Monica Paddock were the ones who kind of pulled me back in and gave me the support that I needed. So it's been a wonderful journey, and I'm so glad that I decided to say yes.
We are too. I remember that meeting that you were at with Jen, and I remember you saying, oh my gosh, I have been approached by so many people as a health coach, and I couldn't get behind any of them. And then you were gone for a little while, and that was your health break. And so thankful that you have found it and that you've had such great results. So thank you for sharing that. And I also think it's really interesting that you heard about this from a friend, a longtime friend who you trusted and you knew, and you saw about a post on Facebook. Did you reach out to her directly? Or
I did.
Okay, so you reached
She
out
did
to
not
her.
reach out to me at all, which is the interesting part, because those of you who maybe know Amber Rusk, she's here in town. She's not very pushy about the products, and that was something that I liked a lot about her. Fun fact, I unfriended her twice before I, because I was tired of hearing about Plexus for a while. But it's, I kind of swallowed my pride and decided to do it. A lot of people who find success in this business, you're going to find that that's a key piece is swallowing your pride and saying, I need help. So it's definitely been a blessing. And she was so sweet and patient with me. And that was the thing that drew me in too, because most people, when they would find out I was a health coach, immediately clamored to get me, join my team, sell this stuff, do this, that, and the other. But not at all with her. She's like, of course you can have a trial pack. Here, take it. I bought 3 trial packs before I ordered my stuff. 3, 1, 2, 3.
Oh my gosh. I love it. Do you remember, was there one particular post that she might have posted that you were like, okay, that's it. I'm reaching out?
She and I both, being former dancers, our weight and our appearance was kind of a big deal. And she posted that she was at her weight that she was when she was trying out for the stuff we tried out for. And I was like, think I would like to get back to that size too.
Interesting. That's kind of what caught my eye too. Trisha had posted that she was smaller than she was in high school, and I thought, that's it. Let's do it out. So awesome. All right. So like I said, you have had some amazing momentum lately. I might have just exaggerated it, but it is certainly this amazing continual flow. It's not just one. It is several times a week, sometimes in a day. It is October 11th, and you have already earned. Have you already earned the incentive? Yes.
The planner and the pen. I ordered the pen. I got the pen too. I was really excited about that.
And the pen. Like, these are great incentives, and Sam did this all in week 1. So she's doing something that is working. And so will you please share? One of the things that I do, well, actually, while you share, I'm going to look for some information that I wanted to share. What are some 2 or 3 things that you've been doing recently that have been working? Maybe you've changed something. Will you just share with us?
Yes, I would love to. So the first thing is I've always been pretty consistent about posting on Facebook. I live my entire life on social media. I'm one of those girls. So I'm the person where if you're looking for hairspray, I'm going to tell you about my favorite one. I always tag my people, like my nail girl and my hair girl, on Facebook, because I want them to get the credit for doing a great job. I just got my hair done today. So if you need to know, I'll tell you. But I love Pure Barre, and so you'll see me on Facebook. I post about that all the time because I'm obsessed with it. But so it was really natural for me to go into Plexus, and so I was used to social media from having my business before, and I had to promote it all the time. I also ran a health and wellness ministry, so I had to promote that to get people to come. And so it was very natural, but there were days where I get 0 likes on a post. There are still days I get 0 likes on a post, but then there are days where I do a live video and it has 482 views and 79 comments, and we don't know why. So it's just a matter of staying the course with social media. And I think that's been the thing that has been my staying power, because a lot of your audience is going to see if this is a fly-by-night thing, if you're going to quit it after two months, if you're not serious about it, because they say that, close to 4 million people in the next year are going to start a home-based business with network marketing. So I guarantee you that your friend probably knows 13 friends that are starting, a bag business or a legging business or mascara or lashes or whatever it is, or another health and wellness company. But then they stop posting after 3 months because they got bored with it. Don't be the person who got bored with it, because that's what people are looking for. They're looking for a company that has staying power. And we like to say that Plexus is a legacy company. And the reason for that is because our products are needed, they're consumable, so people are going to continue to purchase them. And they solve the big three issues that we all suffer from, which is blood sugar regulation, inflammation, and gut health. So
I love it.
yeah, that's the social media piece has been huge for me. That's been like the big thing. And lately I've been making sure that I make my posts. I'll even do sneaky Plexus posts. I think that that's helped a lot because people are seeing that I'm doing Pure Barre. I always have some kind of a Plexus hashtag in there. Typically it's drink pink and move, because I want people to know that you do actually, have to work. You can't just take the pink drink and pray that it's going to help. And so that's probably been the thing that has blown up lately, just because people are finally reaching out to me, which is new. But I've also really embraced the IPAs. And I know you guys hear it and you go, what? Nope, I'm not doing that every day. Guess what? I did IPAs every day starting the day I got back from convention, literally in the airport doing IPAs. And there were days where people would tell me to go fly a kite. And there were days where people would be so excited, and I still haven't signed them because they still can't get off the fence. But then there are the people who you reach out to and they go, I have been so nervous to contact you. I really am interested, but I didn't know how to ask. And that's why you do it. So consistently, I reach out to 3 people a day. That's my big thing. I tend to do more. I make a list on Mondays of 30 people that I want to reach out to. Some of them I'm reaching out to, or it's been 2 or 3 months and I have heard nothing from them. And honestly, I'm human, so I forget people. So sometimes I'm circling back around to people that probably were interested and I'm the one who dropped the ball. But I consistently reach out to 3 people a day. I have been checking in with my team more than I ever have. I think it's really easy when you sign someone to just assume, because you're so used to doing the product, that they don't need any support, because you don't need any support anymore. But it's very crucial in the first 90 days that you sign an ambassador, that you capitalize on their excitement and you help them through the process. How did you fall in love with the products? I mean, some of us are super self-sufficient. I immediately knew how to take my product. I take it every day. It's never an issue. But there are some people who aren't used to taking their health seriously. Some people, this is their very first time even being on a diet. So you really need to think about, what can I do to help this person? What helped me? And all of us who are, in it, if you're watching this video, you are probably a business builder for Kim, or you aspire to be, or you're just interested in what this crazy girl named Sam has to say. I don't know. But, you take your health seriously if you're here. Let's just be real. You wouldn't take the products if you didn't. You wouldn't have this amazing health coach upline if you didn't. So, the people you're with, some of them aren't used to that. So you just really need to make sure that you have a lot of grace and you're very supportive of their journey. And then the other thing I did is I have been doing personal growth like a crazy woman. I'm totally addicted to Netflix, guys. I won't lie. It's my guilty pleasure. I do it while I fold laundry. I do it while I do my makeup in the morning. Like, I have Netflix on 24 hours a day. In fact, my kids joke, "Are you watching Gilmore Girls again?" Like, and they'll, that's how my kids got addicted to Fuller House, is because they watched me watching it. So, eventually I had to say, okay, what's getting in the way of me not growing? Because I had been senior gold since, I was senior gold since I went to conventions. So, I kind of went through a July. I think all of us went through July and we went, like, what's going on? And so I thought, okay, well, what is making me not get there? And I read a book. Oh, it's right here. The Barefoot Executive. I love this book. So those of you who have been to Leaders Retreat or went to convention, you heard Carrie Wilkerson. I am blessed enough to know her on a personal level, and she kind of kicks my butt on the daily. But she wrote this book, and honestly, she talks about alignment in it, and like, what do you want? What is your path? Like, are you doing everything possible to make that happen? In fact, my word for this year, I don't know if you guys can see this. This is my vision board right here at my office. And you can see right here, it says your alignments will determine your assignments. So for me, that means that I'm taking my product, I'm doing my IPAs, and I'm really making sure that everything I'm doing is getting me towards what I want. And so I have basically given up Netflix. I mean, sometimes late at night, because my husband travels 80% of the time, I, get bored. But I have started doing nothing but the YouTube videos you see us post like crazy and say, ooh, watch this. I've probably watched 150 YouTube videos in the last 3 months. And that's no joke. My favorite one is one by Jill Renfro. It's called Tough Love. You can Google it on YouTube, Tough Love with Jill Renfro. And she talks about getting your butt in gear. And I hate to be the tough love person for everybody here, but that's what it takes. It literally takes being conscious every single day. And you hear the people in the top of the company say that, and you're like, that's easy for you to say. You make $400,000 a year. Who cares? Like, you drive a Lexus and you have a vacation home and you just bought a brand new Louis Vuitton. Let me cry for you while I go and try and figure out how to get a babysitter to go to the next opportunity meeting. But it's the truth. Consistency is what's going to pay off. And so here's my little list. You can look at it here. Sorry, I'm having to hold the phone because my stand broke. But so I make a list of 30 people here. And I just go through and I start messaging them. Kim asked if I have a magic message. I do. This is something that a lot of people don't do. I reach out to 100% of my people about the business. And I do that because I don't want anyone to feel like I think they're fat or that they need the products because I think they don't look 100%. And so I will reach out to them and I'll say, hey, I think you'd make the most perfect person on my Plexus team. If it's not for you, that's okay. And I would love to chat with you today or tomorrow. Do you have time? People will say no. People will say yes. People will say, what the heck is Plexus? But most people, if they are interested in the products, they say, I'm not interested in the business, but I sure would love to hear about the products. And it gives me an in to tell them about the products and to learn more about their story without putting them in a position of, oh, well, Sam's a health coach, so she sees that I need to lose 30 pounds, and that's why she's reaching out to me. Nope. I think everybody in the world can do this business because I am a ADHD cheerleader, basically, and I flip from thing to thing, and I'm super excited all the time. And if I can find success in this business, I didn't go to college. I'm a hairdresser by trade. I was a dancer for a million years, and I'm a mom of 3. And if I can do this with all the massive amount of things that I have on my plate and the, lack of business training that I have, anyone in the world can do this. And so I feel like going with the business first gives people, if nothing else, most people that I respond say, oh my gosh, thank you for thinking of me. I don't think I could ever do that. Well, then guess what you get to do? You get to build someone up and make them feel like $1 million. So that's like the worst case scenario is someone says no. Whoops. Oh, well, who tells you I get told no? I'd rather get told no 25 times a day than have someone ghost me and never answer me. So that's a good thing. I love the no's because it means they actually took the time to get back to me. So embrace the no's. But there's another thing that has really helped our team. And it's something that's very different. So I run my business with my husband. A lot of people don't know that because he's not super active in the business community with Plexus here in Colorado, but that's because he travels, like I said, 80% of the time. And he is a certified strengths finders coach. And so our entire team, when you join our team, we give you a link and you pay, I think it's $5.95, maybe a little more. And you take the strengths finders test and find your top 5 strengths. And in knowing that helps me coach you in what you're going to be good at this business. So there's a whole range of things. I myself have WOO as my number 1, which if you don't know what WOO stands for, it's winning others over. I also have communication because I'm a talker. I have positivity. Hi, cheerleader. I have strategic thinking, which means that when there's a problem, I immediately spring into action and think of 5 different ways we can solve it. And then I have belief, which I got to tell you works to my advantage and my disadvantage sometimes. But I believe in this product so much, in this product line, in this business so much, no one can shake me. You could bring me something that might be better than Plexus, and I'll call you a liar and send you out of my house because I don't believe it. So, but knowing those strengths and knowing what I'm good at has allowed me to capitalize on that in my business. It's basically like knowing your color personality on crack. It's great. I love it. It's like an accelerated version of it. And so it's been really interesting to see where my team falls and what their strengths fall into with the color categories. So that's been a huge benefit to me, because I always thought that you'll see me post sometimes on Facebook too, that like I'm super loud. That's just who I am. I'm loud and excited. And it's a detriment to me sometimes, honestly, because it really can turn people off. But in my Plexus business, having that excitement all the time about the products and the business has been a huge benefit to me, because I've never stopped being excited since the day I jumped in. And so if you've lost your excitement for this business, start watching diamond documentaries. Go search through testimonies. Call me and I will talk you off the ledge. I swear, I'm going to give Kim my phone number or my email. You guys can, I will literally talk you off the ledge. That's my job. But but you have to be excited about this business. The day you get complacent is the day you stand still. And that's just the bottom line. So I think that, you know, doing your IPAs is huge. It really is. And I'm also constantly friend requesting people. The one thing it took me a long time to do was when I meet a new person that I even just like in general, not just want the business for, saying, hey, are you on Facebook? Add me. And handing them my phone and making them type in their name. I have done that probably 25 times in the last 2 weeks. I did it with store clerk yesterday. My kids thought I was nuts. They were like, Mom, seriously? I'm like, yeah, I like this girl at King Soopers. She's nice. She should be on Plexus. Like, even my kids will hear someone talk about how they need more coffee, and they're like, no, you need pink drink. Like, and I'm like, oh my gosh, kids, like, what are you doing? But I talk about it that much. Like, even my kids know what Plexus does. They know that Plexus helps your blood sugar. Like, my son told his 4th grade teacher who has diabetes, have you thought about Plexus? My mom does that. Like, so I got to hear all about that in parent teacher conference, which was cool. But but I'll tell you what, I signed a girl on Sunday that I met Saturday night at a party, and I met for coffee the next day. So it's a matter of expanding your network constantly. Do you have friends from high school that you wish you could like even just see what they're up to, even for just the purposes of going, ooh, I look better than you? I don't know. That's kind of a mean thing to say, but I'm joking. But have everybody you know. Seriously, go look. If you have a friend from high school that knows everybody on the planet, go through their friend list and start friending people. Go be friends with people. Be social. Be out there. I'm, as you can tell, a super blue personality. So that's what I do, is I get social and I care about people's stories by talking to them. So if you're not social and you're an introvert, girl, you've got so many other things that you can do as well. That's the great part about Plexus, is it's all online. Message people. You don't have to talk to them in person if you feel like that's too much for you, but you do have to go a little bit outside your comfort zone to be personable. You want to draw people into you. They talk about attraction marketing in like Eric Worre talks about it, a whole bunch of people. And a lot of times they're talking about putting it into the universe and, you know, let it manifestation of your dreams, whatever. I pray, that's fine. But I believe that attraction marketing is getting people attracted to you and what you're about. You want people to want to be doing what you're doing so badly, you can't keep up with the emails and the phone calls. So the best way to do that is to live your best life. Are you taking your products every day? Are you eating how you should be eating? Are you doing your IPAs? Are you moving? Are you being nice to the people in your life? Are you grateful for what you have? I'm a Christian, so I'll say, are you praying every day? Because honestly, prayer helps everything. Are you looking at your life through a lens of jealousy through other people in this business? Stay in your lane and keep going, because their lane isn't where you're going. They're exiting off somewhere, and you got to keep going forward. So you do you. But the best thing, if I could say 3 words that are going to help you, or 3 things, I guess, because it's more than 3 words. Be sociable, be consistent, and be in alignment with what you want. Because if this is what you want, do it. Like, that sounds really simple, but do it. Because for a long time, I only did it like halfway or like 3/4 of the way. And I was super scared about what everyone thought about me. And I really cared if people thought I was nuts. Guess what? Don't care. I'm nuts anyway. If you can hear on this call, if you've met me in person, I'm crazy anyway. So what does it matter? Like, might as well just lean into something that helps me feel less manic crazy and more happy crazy. So
Oh my gosh. I love it, Sam. You're my kind of crazy. You're the kind of crazy that gets some stuff done.
Yeah, well.
Awesome. So I think there's a couple of things that I picked up. And one, like when I asked you if you've changed anything recently, you actually made these changes in June. So for people who are watching this right now, our annual convention is held the end of May, beginning of June. And you heard Sam say that she started doing IPAs every single day since she left convention. So that's June, July, August. I've watched her start blowing up in September and October. So what is that? That's 3 months later. I just posted something in our team page the other day about the concept of 90 days. Oftentimes when people are going fast, they're focusing on this 3-month period of 90 days. What Sam just said is talking about that and proof to that. She started planting those seeds and reaching out consistently. I love that, because so many times we forget or we get sad or distracted or something because there aren't any likes or activity. Getting no's is great. I love that. No crickets is, crickets are terrible. But that consistency and really kind of embracing it and being true to you and your alignment. Gosh, do I love that. I think that makes so much sense. And your tips, the other thing that I love about them is that it proves that what we have been hearing works. These are things that we continue to hear from others. If we do like you have done and commit 100%, they work. When you had your foot in there halfway, half doing it, caring what other people were doing, maybe being distracted, you weren't seeing the same kind of results.
Well, you remember last year, I was crying to you because I was like, I cannot reach senior gold. I had been gold for almost a year at that point. I was like, I cannot reach senior gold to save my freaking life. Like, what in the world? And that was a turning point for me about actually being in my business. Like, that was a huge turning point for me. But I think the biggest thing is that you have to 100%. And that doesn't mean that you can't do this part-time, by the way. That's not what we're saying. We're saying your belief has to be bigger than your fear. And that's a quote, and you hear it and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm not one of those. No, seriously, it's the truth. Because I messaged the girl who invented the Simply Fit board yesterday. I messaged one of the Real Housewives on Instagram because she's in a People article talking about how she's overweight and she hates herself. I literally got on her Instagram and I direct messaged her. Have I heard back from her? No. But what in the world if I did? I don't even know what I'd do. She messaged me back. Like, I probably freak out. But I've messaged people from The Biggest Loser. I've messaged people. I messaged the girl who, Heidi Powell. I messaged her the other day because she used to do Venmo. I'm like, oh, like whatever. They might like Plexus. They're in Arizona. Like, big guys, you never know what's going to pan out. Like,
yes. Oh my gosh, I absolutely love it. Your enthusiasm is contagious. I think you're right. Even for people who are not naturally like that, we've also heard fake it till you make it. It's you're living and you're putting your best foot forward. And I loved what you said too about living your muted myself, sorry. Living your best life possible and sharing that with others. Living in such a way that people are attracted to you. And that is so true because so many times we talk about stories tell and facts. No, stories sell, facts tell. Oftentimes we resort back to telling the facts, and that's not what people are going to do anyhow. You've said it. What caught your eye was somebody saying, I was the size I was when I was trying out for dance. Ding, ding. You didn't care that there was chromium in there or alpha lipoic acid. You thought, I want to feel that way again.
Guys, and I'm a health coach and I know what chromium does. Like, I've always known what chromium does, okay? Like, let's be real. Let's be real here. I knew what those things did, but I didn't care.
Yeah.
And so that's another reason why you can't prejudge people either, is because, I mean, a lot of people would, like, I'll use an example. There's one that starts with an A, and I can say that because there are multiple companies that do. And they just gave me all the ingredients and what they did and all this stuff, and I'm like, I do not care. First of all, oh, sucralose is bad, so I'm already out. Bye. See ya. Like, nope. And then number 2, is this even going to be fun? Like, I went to science class. I did my online stuff for health coach school. I don't care. I want to know what it's going to do for me. What is this going to be? But there are some people who need to know that. So, variety is huge. But they say that I watched a video the other day where they were talking about the color personalities and why it's important to have blue people in your life, which I'm a blue. So everyone add me on Facebook. But no, you need to look for blue people on your team too, because honestly, those are the people on my team right now that are blowing up too. I've got a couple reds that are blowing up, and I've got a yellow that is blowing up pretty big. But my blues are the one who I have 4 and 5 three-way chats with a day, because they're talking to that many people. So when Kim says I'm blowing up, it's not just me that's doing it. It's the people below me. And the thing that's important about that is they've seen me do this, and so now they are doing it. And that's what's important, because you got to model it. So
I love it. Oh my gosh. So I want to put the numbers in here, because just like there's all the different kinds of personalities, for anybody who is watching this at a later time, I want to share what senior gold means. So senior gold is what Sam is right now, and senior gold means that she has 250 points in her organization. If we look at that, it's about, let's see, 25, 5, 50. I'm like, am I going to do the math right? It's, how many people is that in your organization?
Oh gosh, I have more than order.
Okay.
But consistently, oh gosh, that's consistently 50 people having 100 PV.
Okay, so 50 people.
I have yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that's
all. And by the way, guys, I have way more than that on my team, like way more. So just so you know, like.
Yeah, it's like it's this numbers game, and when you get to the level of gold, we often say that gold is the hardest rank to reach, because you feel you are doing it, a lot of it on your own, and then you start understanding, Sam said it, the duplication of things, where people start doing it too, and you start building a team together. So that's an important factor as well, is all of this kind of comes together. So it's about 250 points in your organization, which is about 50 people on your first 3 levels. And then the average annual salary for a senior gold ambassador, this is taken from the 2015 U.S. Income Disclosure Statement from Plexus, is about $22,276 average annual salary. That's about $2,000 a month. That can pay for lots of dance lessons and all different kinds of things for your kids, different trips, mortgage payments, and different things like that that are just bogging people down. I love the fact that Sam said she starts with the business. And your reasoning is so amazing. I have never heard it actually said that way, is that you don't want anybody to feel like they're fat. But everybody could use the business, and we oftentimes hesitate in sharing that. But I'm like you. I'm unshakable in my belief with the business and these products. They have absolutely changed my life, Sam's life, so many people's lives, that it is super exciting. Of course, that comes with hard work, right? There's no guarantee, and each person is different. There, you're back. Each person is different.
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry.
Sorry, in what they're doing. And so this business, I love that you said anybody can do it. It's true. Every single person can do it with a little bit of work and sharing and some excitement and belief. So, and the consistency and everything else. So I want to wrap this up real quickly, but gosh, what parting words of wisdom do you have for us? And thank you so much. This has been wonderful.
Oh my gosh, you're so sweet. And I hope that if you guys have any more questions, you will just feel free to message me or add me on Facebook, because oh my goodness, one Plexus. I love making Plexus friends. There's nothing better than running up to people at Leaders Retreat or convention and finally getting to squeeze them in real life. So please add me, like seriously. But my thing I want to tell you is that seriously, I walked into Plexus. I was a very broken lady. And those of you who've heard me ever tell my story, I say this all the time. But the team I'm on literally loved me back to life. So if Plexus can do that for me, it can do it for anybody. And having this business has given me a purpose. I had someone tell me the other day that they never knew that I knew so much about science-y things, which made me feel cool. But truly, I've never studied anything so hard in my entire life. I've never wanted anything for other people so much in my entire life. And I want that for you too. So the best advice I can have for you is fall in love with this to the point where you're so madly in love you can't wake up a day without it. I look at my husband every morning that, he's here. And I think the same thing. And, it's important to have something to be in love with your life and be in love with what you do. And when you do that, the IPAs don't feel like work. It feels like something that you want to do. Reaching out to people doesn't feel awkward. It's just who you are. So if you can get to that point, you can do anything.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I can't perfect that. That was awesome. I cannot thank you enough for joining us. Gosh, it has been so absolutely wonderful. Thank you, Sam. I so appreciate it.
Thank you. Y'all have a great night.